Yo, what's going on guys? Welcome to a tips and tricks Warzone video. I've got 10 tips coming up. They're going to make you instantly better at the game. But before we get into the tips, 72.4% of you guys that watch our videos are not subscribed. So if you're watching this video right now, make sure you hit the subscribe button and turn on the bell so you don't miss a video. So starting off with the first best tip on how to get better at Warzone is to land in high action places and in the same places that you would usually land at. If you're just landing at different places, you aren't going to get better. You need to land at the same places to be able to work on what spots are better. Just like in multiplayer, like you learn the maps and you learn everything of where people are going to peek at, stuff like that. So landing at the same places will just help you memorize the place, memorize the map, and help you get better at the game. Places like Superstore are really active places because they contain a lot of loot. So that's up to you guys, whether you want to land at places that aren't very active or places that are full of people. But to be able to get better, I'd recommend landing at places that are full of people to be able to try and work your way up, try and get better at the game. Now the second tip is to wait until you start shooting. Now this is the most important one out of all of them, as shooting before you're in a good position can just cause your whole team to get killed. You need to wait until you're in a really good position before you start opening fire on people. So things like higher ground, if you're on top of buildings, on top of a mountain or a hill, and you know that you're in a good position, then start shooting. But if people are just running across through buildings and doors and windows and you haven't got a clear shot, don't bother taking the shot because it could just come back to end up killing you. Now that leads me on to my third tip, which is use high ground as much as possible. Things like helicopters are the most important thing in the game. Helicopters can help you get from one side of the map to the other in seconds. So using helicopters to be able to get to higher ground is really important. Or even if there isn't a helicopter nearby, just use like any truck or car or anything that you can see nearby to drive to places that you know have got high ground and will allow you to be able to get to that better position. Now the fourth tip of this video is to always use trophy systems. Always pick them up if you see them, and always place them down on a car if you're using them for transport. For you guys that will be wanting to get high kill games, using cars will be the best way to get around the map, or helicopters like I said in the previous tip. But yeah, you can place a trophy system on top of the car and you can literally drive around the map, and anyone that will try and see for you, the trophy system will just zap it, so you can just literally jump out and spray them down. If you guys are actually learning from these tips and are enjoying the video, make sure to let us know in the comments what you think, give us your opinion. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe so you don't miss any more tips and tricks videos coming up. Now moving on to tip 5, we've got loadout drop locations. So most people that play Warzone will know that 13 seconds before every storm or gas circle, a loadout drop will come in. With the loadout drop you can either have 1, 2 or 3. And if you guys don't already know, if it's just the one loadout drop, then that means that it's literally just for you and your team. If there's 2, then there's another team around you, and if there's 3, then there's multiple teams in your area. To get better at Warzone, it will be really good to learn where these drop locations are. So as soon as they drop in, you know where they are straight away and you can get straight to them. So this next tip sort of links in with the previous one. It's choosing the correct loadout and what works within the meta in the season 4.5 update. If you guys are struggling to find out what gun is working for you, then make sure to check out our recent upload. It's the best loadout or best class setup to use in Warzone, so make sure you check it out. Tip number 7 is to always work with your team and have the same game plan. So what I mean by that is choose the same loadout and have the same plan within the game. So where are you going to land, what guns are you going to be running. So if you guys are literally flying in different places of the map, you're just going to be split up. You're just going to end up losing the game unless you're pros at the game. What I mean by loadouts as well is your team can be running ARs and SMGs and someone could be running sniper. So 3 of you could be running in and rushing people whilst the other one's dropping back, and you've basically lost a player there. So you need to have the same game plan, the same loadout, and you need to think about what you need to be doing before you head into the game. So tip number 8 is to use self-revive and then get revived by your teammate. So use self-revive until the meter is full and then stop, and then once your teammate is around you, he'll be able to revive you almost instantly. This is really good for like team fights, so you can like self-revive all the way up, and then once your teammate is nearby, he'll be able to pick you up straight away. So instead of wasting a lot of time reviving you, he can just do it almost instantly. So it will save a lot of time and will allow you to be able to get more kills in the game. Tip number 9 is to drop your gun on the floor if you're actually in the storm or the gas. This is really helpful, as it just makes your character run much quicker. I know a lot of you guys probably know that, but if you're using your AR, if you're holding it, you run a lot less quicker than if you're holding a pistol or an SMG. So the best thing to do is to either switch to an SMG, or if you've run out of bullets, just drop your gun completely and then you'll be able to run much quicker. Moving on to the last and final tip, you've got the jump shot or the bunny hop. Now this technique is going to help you win majority of your gunfights. It's a really good technique. It's most useful for around corners, so if you're spraying at someone and they run around the corner, you can literally either slide or do a bunny hop around the corner. It's really good to like throw your opponents off, and you can even use this like bunny hop to throw in C4 and grenades further. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did learn any tips and tricks from this video, make sure to show your support by leaving a like and subscribing. Turn on the bell so you don't miss any more videos, and let us know what you think in the comments.